All right, everybody. 10 Tampa Bay Chief Meteorologist Bobby Deskins here. Looking pretty good. If you can see this, yes, I think you can. We've got some pretty good rain out there. I tell you what, we've got some heavier downpours pushing through the area right now. And that's going to continue, at least moving eastward through the area. So I just want to kind of jump on here real fast and give you an update in the forecast for this Monday evening. Look at that heavy rainfall that you can see there. It's moving out towards the east. It's starting to finally break out just a little bit, especially when you get further north of Tampa now. So up towards Crystal River, western parts of Pasco, Hernando, and Citrus County, obviously seeing a little less rain. And this is the beginning of the end of it drying out a little bit, right? The beginning of the end of the heavier rainfall. The beginning of it drying out. But take a look at Hillsborough and Pinellas. I mean, Pinellas, we're finally getting a little bit of a break. But wow, that's some really good rain falling across eastern Hillsborough, Brandon, Fishhawk, Riverview, Ruskin, Sun City Center, Thonotosassa, even up into Zephyr Hills, Z Hills, and Dade City, seeing some decent rain. And, of course, now you can see it's working its way into Polk County. Meanwhile, yeah, a little bit of rain left over for Pinellas, and you can see another batch offshore, but most of that is actually starting to really thin out. So this batch has to move over Polk County, and I think for the next hour and a half, we have some pretty good rainfall, and that could be an inch to an inch and a half of rainfall on top of what we've seen already out there today. So, yeah, we're definitely going to be looking at some moderate rainfall for the next hour or so. Manatee and Sarasota County, we had some rain earlier. We got a little bit of a break, and now we're starting to see some of the heavier rain push back in. By the way, I'm here on live now, so if you're chatting, if you want to chat, I'm looking at that as well. But this is all going to continue to move off towards the east. Rainfall totals are going to likely end up being somewhere from 1 to 3 inches. I think most areas closer to 2 inches. You can see especially the areas in blue. That's where we've seen more rainfall. And these are just Doppler estimates now, but I'll pull out a couple numbers here. 1.3, 1.6, 1.5. I know the airport itself in Tampa has seen 1.75 plus the rain that's come through in about the last hour or two. So that's likely going to get it to at least 2 inches and maybe a little bit above that. In the locations, I mean, eastern Hillsborough and Polk County, not a ton yet, but remember, we could see another half an inch easy with the rain that's coming through. So definitely some numbers out there to watch. No severe weather is expected through all of this, right? It's just rainfall. And now that it's getting a little bit later in the evening, most folks are actually at home, so we're not having to be out on the road as much, although, you know, that commute was not fun. Even this morning, the commute wasn't fun. So there's some of the bigger pictures you can see for totals. Let's go on down to Key West. I got to show you this. Key West had anywhere from 5 to 8 inches of rain and a ton of flooding, especially that area there on the eastern side. Look at that. That's where the radar right towards Stock Island is estimating around 8 inches of rain or so. So check out my Facebook page, Bobby Deskins Weather. Actually, even on my YouTube Shorts, I added that. Some of the video of the flooding down there. Pretty wild. And it happens. I was down there one time. They had about 8 inches all day long. It was flying out that afternoon. They flooded the airfield. So, needless to say, they canceled the flights, closed the airport. But here's what's happening. We've got an area of low pressure slowly moving across the area. And that's why it's rained all day, right? So here's the low, obviously getting ready to come in right at Manatee County, southern Pinellas. And it's moving off towards the east like this, right? But it's that low that is basically providing all the lift. That's the reason why we've had all the rain. And most of it's on the east side of that. So you can see what's happening. This is the best chance for rain, obviously, what we've had. But look at the backside, right? The backside over here, we don't have very much left over. However, that is what we'll be looking at tomorrow morning right around sunrise. So you see the little shower and cloud activity that's out there now. There's a chance that we have some rain in the morning hours tomorrow morning. So we're not quite done yet, but the bulk of the rain is coming through right now. And by about 10:30, 11 o'clock tonight, most of us will be seeing plenty of dry spots out there with a couple sprinkles left over and some low clouds because the main part of the low will be moving by. All right, temperatures. Right now, we're about 63 in Tampa. The forecast low that I have for tonight is 60. So we're not really going anywhere, okay? We're going to pretty much stay right where we are now as far as the temps go. Let's time this out for you. You can see that basically by 9:30, 10 o'clock, still some rain left over Manatee, Sarasota County, but Tampa and north, starting to dry out. And then by midnight, look at that. Nice little break in the rain for most areas. Now, still cloudy, still cool, upper 50s and near 60, right? And then look out offshore, there's still a rain chance. I mean, this is tomorrow morning, and you can see, especially Manatee and Sarasota County, Polk, Hardy, DeSoto, Highlands, still some clouds, still some sprinkles, and I think even Tampa has a small chance, but I only went about 20% chance. It's not a big one, and then boom, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, dry air pushes in, and we start to dry things back out. So we're going to be looking really good, I think, as we get into the afternoon hours. So we do have that weather impact alert, 7:30 to 8 o'clock. That'll be ending. No severe weather is expected. And look at that low. Really doesn't go below 60 degrees, at least for Tampa. A couple spots will be in the upper 50s for lows. Those are the wake-up temps. You can see 57 in Newport Richey, 57 in Brooksville, and 56 in Crystal River. And tomorrow, I mean, yeah, some clouds in the morning, but lots of sunshine in the afternoon. It is going to be really nice. Tomorrow afternoon. In fact, very comfortable temperature-wise, too. A little bit of a breeze, but not too much. I think midday is the best chance. By the afternoon, that breeze comes down a little bit. Notice the boating, north to northwest winds. Look at that. That's right around late morning, early afternoon. It'll be the windiest. Later in the afternoon, the wind will start to come down. But bottom line is boating. There's a front coming through, and it's always kind of bumpy when that happens, right? So we're going exercise caution advisories just for that one little surge of wind, kind of 10 a.m. to probably about 1 to 2 in the afternoon. Now, looking ahead, I don't see a lot of rain this week. We've got another front on Thursday. It's a very weak one. It looks basically dry. So you see a couple of green specks there? I didn't put anything on the map yet. Another one probably late Saturday into Sunday, or maybe even Sunday, will thicken the clouds up a little bit for the weekend, but I don't see much rain there either. And if you look at the temps, you can actually see the cold fronts trying to come through. I mean, we've got one now, right? We cool off a little bit tomorrow. We're 73 with sunshine. We warm up a little bit Wednesday and Thursday. Thursday night, that front comes through. We cool down a little bit Friday, gradually warm back up Saturday, Sunday. Look at that, Monday warm. And then we try to get another front Wednesday into Thursday of next week. All right, so all in all, because we're getting these patterns of fronts coming through, it's what we call a progressive pattern, and it's a trough sitting in the eastern half of the United States. Let me see if I can show that to you right here. Don't pay attention to that jet stream because I didn't draw that. But you see how there's that dip there in the eastern half of the United States. That brings the slightly cooler air our way. That brings cold fronts our way too. And so instead of being like the West Coast where you got that big ridge over, say southwest Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, where it's quiet weather, we will have a couple fronts come through from time to time. And there's not much to them. So I think we're looking really good. Weekend forecast, fantastic. I do think we'll see a few extra clouds. Right now, I don't have any rain in the forecast. I don't see anything that would be a major rain out or anything like that. And then the ENSO forecast. I did want to touch on this real briefly because Weather Bell, they do forecast models and videos and stuff like that. They came out today with their forecast. Oh, it's not going to load, is it? With their forecast. There it is. And for the hurricane season. And they're saying, I think it's like 15 to 18 named storms. That's a little bit above average, but it's not as high as what we saw last year as far as number of storms, right? Remember, you're going to hear some of these things coming out, forecast. It only takes one. So 15 to 18 or 20 to 25. The numbers don't matter, but it does give us an idea of how busy the season will be. And I wanted to show you this. This area right in here, this is the heart of the hurricane season. And you see the gray is more favored. The gray is a neutral ENSO, a neutral La Nina, El Nino phase. And you want red here because red would give us more wind shear, meaning less storms. But right now it looks like we'll be kind of in the neutral area, so a little less storms than what we saw last year, but we still have the very warm water. The warm Gulf waters, the warm Caribbean, all above average even now. And there's no change in that we expect that to stay above average through the hurricane season as well. So that means you can make more storms with that warm water, right? And you can make them stronger too, so that's something that we'll keep an eye on. This is the temperature outlook through March 10th and staying at or slightly above average. And by that time, we're 76, 77, 78 degrees, closer to 76, 77. 7-day forecast looking really good out there. I think it's a really nice stretch of weather. Again, Thursday's another front, real small chance for rain. And Saturday and Sunday, I think they look really nice. Just a few extra clouds coming through. And that's it. Good looking weekend ahead. All right, guys, that's it for this particular update. I'll be on 10 Tampa Bay at, what time is it, 11 o'clock tonight? So if you're in the Tampa area, if you're not, you can just watch it on WTSP.com, get our app, download it for free. Do the Roku app as well on your smart TV, not necessarily just Roku, but free. Like if you're cutting cable and all you have is internet, you have 10 Tampa Bay, right? You can download all of that right there. All right, guys, that's it. Thank you so much for watching.